This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis. Talking the stories that are shaping headlines, plus those that make you go,
Yes, now a series of unfortunate events did happen about yesterday with the Travis Scott concert. We did tell you guys that 8 people died during that concert and a lot of them were injured. But now we have a lot of updates regarding the story, and a lot of people are coming out and saying that Travis Scott should be held accountable for that concert. And a lot of lawsuits have been made against Travis Scott and his companies. And as well, some people have even took it to the internet and said Travis Scott needs to be trialed for manslaughter. Now, you know, when we're talking about concerts, especially at the time of COVID-19, I mean, a lot of people were excited to go to the concert. About 50,000 people did show up. And, you know, many were injured after the crowd surged at Travis Scott's Astro World Festival in Houston, Texas. But now, updates have revealed that Travis Scott actually told the crowd to push through to get to the main stage, and thus causing some type of stampede, some type of, some experts are saying, inciting a riot. It's the same as inciting a riot. And now a lot of people do want him to be accountable for those actions. Now, victims were aged 14, 16, and 2 were 21, 2 were 23, and 1 was 27 years old. So most of the youth, do attend these type of concerts because Travis Scott is deemed as, a hip-hop artist that is one of the hottest in the game right now. But everyone is going online, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, and they're saying we need to cancel Travis Scott. We need to stop listening to his music, and he does need to be held accountable for it.
This is not a good time for him, not a good time for Kylie Jenner either. But really it's also a bad time right now for Drake. The lawsuit also accuses Canadian rap superstar Drake, who joined Travis Scott's headline set, of contributing to causing the surge toward the stage. Now, there was a complaint that says, as Drake came on stage alongside of Travis Scott, he helped incite the crowd even though he knew of Travis Scott's prior conduct. And he continued to perform even as the crowd became out of control and the crowd mayhem basically continued. And there have been lawsuits left and right being filed against them, especially against Scott and Astro World. And it's just really, really bad because they have been hearing, or a lot of lawyers have been talking about how they've been hearing horrific accounts of the terror and helplessness people experience, the horror of a crushing crowd, and the awful trauma of watching people die while trying unsuccessfully to save them. So a lot of some lawyers who have filed lawsuits against Astroworld and Scott, they did say, or they're urging others who suffered physical or emotional injury or witnessed the events of that day to contact them and take this more seriously and come to the forefront. Survivors of the incident described chaotic scenes of people squeezed up against one another, with many struggling to breathe. Travis Scott, who launched the Astroworld Music Festival back in 2018, reportedly halted his act several times when he saw fans in distress near the stage. And so basically authorities in Texas, where the concert took place, have opened a criminal investigation into this tragedy involving both homicide and narcotics detectives as well. So they're also looking at the video footage and talking to witnesses, concert organizers, and people who were hospitalized as well. So this is an ongoing situation, but it's sad to see that out of the 8 people who were killed were people as young as 14 years of age and up until 27 years of age. They're fairly young.
Yeah, and again, we're looking at lawsuits amounting up to $1 million, and that is just one person, raising that lawsuit against, Travis Scott and Astro World. Now, Rania, this isn't the first time we've actually seen Travis Scott kind of incite such action. A couple of years ago, he was charged for inciting a riot at one of his concerts, and another time he told a fan to jump off a balcony for, his concert or to show his loyalty to Travis Scott. And, there's a lot of talks about how Travis Scott is in general. And it does say that he's very aggressive. He loves violence. And, eyewitnesses at the concert say just 40 seconds in, the mayhem started to, unfold. And the whole time, Rania, Travis Scott, he was on kind of like a podium, right? He had a view of all the crowd. And apparently he was at one point looking at the mayhem unfold and still singing, and he looked emotionless.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw the video.
Yeah. And not only that, now Travis Scott comes out yesterday and he posted an apology video to his Instagram account. And a lot of people, Rania,
what is that going to do?
It's not only that, they say crocodile tears. He was seen crying, rubbing his forehead, crocodile tears. And a lot of people say it as if he was reading from a script that his lawyer wrote for him.
Yeah.
And he looked very unapologetic, and, no sympathy was involved. And again, it didn't feel genuine. And a lot of body language experts say, yeah, this man, it is not a genuine apology. He's lying straight through his teeth, and these are crocodile tears.
Yeah, and Kylie Jenner did also comment on this. He has just FYI for people who don't know, he has a child with Kylie Jenner and another one on the way, and she was actually among the 50,000 people at the festival. She posted on Instagram that they were broken and devastated, and she said, "I want to make it clear we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would have continued filming or performing." But that's not what you see in the video, because in the middle of the concert, he saw
a full view.
Not just that, but also he saw I believe in the video I saw that the ambulance came.
Yeah, and not only that, Rania, so a lot of people who do these events, who manage these events, were saying there's no way that the management, the organizers didn't know, because security is in the crowd. They have walkie-talkies,
right,
and they speak to one another.
Yeah.
Right? So the organizers did know. Travis Scott did have knowledge about what was going on, but he did continue to play at his concert. Let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215 Durat Salat, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Do you think Travis Scott and Drake should be held accountable for, some people are even saying he should be trialed for manslaughter? We are taking a short break, and we're going to come back with a lot of more headlines in the news.
Pulse 95. Between local lines, notes from the Emirate.
Yes, notes from Sharjah indeed. His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi, the ruler of Sharjah, has donated 4.5 million dirhams. That's equivalent to about $1.2 million to buy books from Arab and foreign publishers participating in this year's Sharjah International Book Fair. It's an annual tribute that we are used to seeing from His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan, and it's in line with his commitment to continually updating Sharjah's libraries with the latest titles, and all literary fields are covered, including science, the arts, fiction, culture and history in both Arabic and also foreign languages as well.
Yes, now it is hoped the new influx of books into the Emirate of Sharjah will serve students, researchers, and academics with the most up-to-date content. Now, the sizable fund allocation will also boost revenue for the publishing houses, book retailers, and authors who are taking part in Sharjah's literature event, which is the Sharjah International Book Fair, which is the biggest book fair in the world. Now, many of whom may have struggled to make a profit during the pandemic, Sheikh Sultan is, making this sizable and very generous donation to these publisher housings. Now, the 40th edition of the Sharjah International Book Fair did start on November 3rd and will run until November 13th. Index was sent to Sharjah, and organizers do say it is the largest of its kind in the world. And Rani and I did talk about it last week. It is the largest of its kind in the world. It was previously the third, but now we're looking at it becoming the biggest.
The biggest.
The biggest, and I love it.
I saw that coming.
As a Sharjah boy, grew up in Sharjah, always live in Sharjah. I love Sharjah. To see us do good and big things and reaching the top, it makes my heart tickle.
And I totally saw that coming, because the amount of books that are being showcased, the exhibitors that are there, more than 15 million copies of basically books. There's a book for everyone, because that's the theme for this year. There is always a right book. It's one of the first book fairs actually as well in the region to return to an in-person model post the pandemic. So we're seeing also not just the books, the amount of books that are being showcased, but also the guests and the type of guests, so prominent. And more than 85 leading cultural figures that are taking part in this year's book fair, including Nobel Prize winner Abdulrazak Gurna, and we spoke with him as well. We see also Amitav Ghosh, the Daily Show host Trevor Noah, he's coming also to Sharjah. And we're going to see also Ahlam Mustaghanmi and The Pursuit of Happiness author Chris Gardner. We also talked to him in the previous book fair, all of whom are to appear in person at the fair, or they have appeared already. So the fair will also host more than 1,000 activities, including 440 cultural sessions, in addition to 355 shows, performances, seminars, as well as workshops for children. Cooking shows as well. That's something that you don't get to see, for example, in many book fairs, but we have that. Entertainment for children, that's a big one here. A number of colorful entertainment and dances, basically, and music and interactive theater awaits those young visitors. For example, there's Rabbit Play for the little ones, which is a story with twists and turns as well. There's going to be interactive sessions for children. There's going to be to inject, for example, fun and entertainment into science. You'll see Crazy Science School. That's something that you can also look out for your children. And again, cooking shows. You can just enjoy the world on a plate.
You're getting me hungry, Rania.
11 celebrity chefs, they will be there. In this year's, or they are there actually as we speak, at this year's book fair. Workshops, if you want to, for example, if you want to up your social media and online marketing skills, you can also go to, there's a social media dedicated station there where there are free workshops led by specialists and certified coaches in the market. They will teach you a thing or two about social media as well. So much to do, a slew of activities, so much to look out for. It's just like sometimes when I want to go to the book fair, I've already been there twice. And I'm like, okay, what do I want to do today? Because it's like you get confused. It's not just about buying books or looking out for books. It's more than that now. It's
a learning experience.
It's a learning experience. It's a fun experience.
It's a learning experience. It's a fun experience for adults and children. And again, 1,000 activities, and over 440 cultural sessions. And again, there's a movie or a book that's very close to my heart, Rania. And when I was a kid, I watched this movie with my dad, which was The Pursuit of Happiness.
It's actually my favorite film.
And
it's my favorite film, literally.
I think it's my dad's favorite film as well. And I remember watching it with my dad, and it touched us a lot. And, it motivated a lot of things that, later came with my dad and what he's been doing. And, the author of The Pursuit of Happiness, author Chris Gardner, who is actually, it is based on his life story, will be present at the book fair as well. So
he was last time.
Yeah, he was last time. So if you are a lover of, The Pursuit of Happiness, and you enjoy Chris Gardner and his book, and you love his story,
and I attended his talk
there.
last time. I attended his talk, and it was so inspirational. It was even more inspirational than the film itself, because he took you through the events in the film, the behind the scenes of the film, and of course behind the scenes in his life. So it was, and he said it in such a poetic way, like the way he talks.
Passion.
So much passion, and it touches you. He just has this way of talking and expressing himself and getting the message across. And you come out of his talk so inspired.
Motivated.
Even more motivated than the film itself.
Yeah, again, the best storyteller is this person who tells a story from his heart. And that is what Chris Gardner does every time when he tells a story. And, he has these motivational talks across the world. And we have the opportunity to look or to attend Chris Gardner's, session at the Sharjah International Book Fair.
Yep.
So, and again, one of Rania's favorites, Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah is coming. Yeah,
Yes.
he is definitely coming. The Daily Show host, Trevor Noah, he is coming, and we're looking forward to that. I believe he's coming on the 12th, though.
Okay.
Of November. So we're going to keep you updated with whenever it's close to that date. We're going to tell you tomorrow he's going to come, for example.
We'll remind you, don't worry.
We'll remind you. But for the meantime, we will be taking a short break, but after we come back, we will also continue the discussions on the book fair. In particular, we're going to be listening in to the conversation that Abdul Karim Hanif had with the Indian author Chetan Bhagat. He is the best-selling author of 2 States and also 5 Point Someone. He was there, actually, the Indian author. He was there at the book fair, and he had a freewheeling conversation as well with the journalist Nasreen Abdullah. And he was there, obviously, for the global launch for his new book, 400 Days. So that's something also to look out for. And so he spoke about that with Abdul Karim as well, and so much more that we will be listening in just a few minutes. So stay tuned with us. We'll come back and we'll talk all things 40th edition of the Sharjah International Book Fair.
If you liked this episode of The Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.